This morning's coffee with us with Patricia Cornwell.
And the satellite interview is furnished by the publisher. Patricia Cornwell, welcome back to WJZ. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland. How are you?
Oh, I'm always happy to be in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, just in case folks don't know, Lynn, bring them up to speed.
You do a lot of research for your books, and you do some of it here in Baltimore, right? You work at the crime lab, or I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, state crime lab.
You have an amazing medical examiner's office right there in Baltimore. Your state facility is actually what I use to model Scarpetta's headquarters after. And so when you read Depraved Heart, you will recognize some of what I describe in terms of the technical capabilities that she has. And it's exactly the same sorts of things you're doing right there in Baltimore. You have an amazing medical examiner's office.
Dr. K. Scarpetta, that's your lead character. Hey, before we talk about the book, can I be honest about this? I'm looking at your right wrist. You have got one BA watch on. I mean, wow. I mean, you can tell. We could tell like the time on Jupiter. What is the story on that thing?
I love timepieces. You know, this is a Breitling, and it's really more of an aviation watch. I mean, Breitlings are. And I discovered these particular types of watches when I started flying helicopters. And so this has all sorts of fancy things you can do on it, which I would never do when I'm trying to fly, because even if I could see it, I probably would lose track of where I'm going. But so, yes, I have a very strange mixture of designer things and tactical things, or very industrial things that I use in my work.
I didn't know you fly helicopters.
Yes, I got my license back in the late 90s when I was working on the Scarpetta novels. One thing after another, I had to learn new things to do so I could write about them. When I decided Lucy was going to be a helicopter pilot, I started taking flying lessons. Then I had to learn to scuba dive. I had to learn to ride motorcycles because Lucy and Marino ride them. So it's just really, I can't really write about something with authentically unless within reason I go out and experience it.
So talk about Depraved Heart and what Scarpetta is up to now.
Well, Depraved Heart is really fun. It's a great Halloween story because it opens in what's essentially a haunted house. This is a house that goes back to the 1700s. It's on the border of the Harvard campus in Cambridge, and Scarpetta's at a death scene, clearly a homicide, in this beautiful old house. And she gets a very strange message on her cell phone. And basically, it's surveillance video going back 18 years ago that has to do with her niece. And all hell breaks loose after that. And you're going to be beginning to wonder what's going on in this house. Why is it somebody's dead there? And then later on, somebody vanishes from it right before our very eyes. What is this place? And is there something paranormal going on? Well, you'll find out in the end there's an explanation for everything, but not necessarily a happy one.
But not necessarily. Now, is that in news we call that a tease?
That's a tease, because I'm going to scare you with this book. Be prepared.
And we just saw some video of you shooting guns and scuba diving. This is just going along with all those extreme sports that you're into, right? That go along with the helicopter flying too.
I have to do stuff like I literally put my finger in a wall socket. It wakes me up. It gives me great detail. It reminds me, don't ever just relax in this and think you can write another book just because you've done it before. Go out in the field, learn something new, tell a new story that no one's ever told.
Now, hold on. I want to digress a bit now with just the B-roll that was rolled in. At the end of this book, you are going to shock and amaze.
I'm going to shock people at the end of this book. Yes.
Are you going to kill?
I'm going to shock them a whole lot worse. Oh well, I couldn't tell you that if it were true. But suffice it to say, I think since I'm working on a new book, maybe we shouldn't worry too much.
Okay.
Well, people do ask me all the time, when am I going to kill off Kay Scarpetta? I think we should be more worried that she would fire me first. If she thought I were thinking it, she'd probably get rid of me.
Yeah, why don't you
I better be careful thinking thoughts like that.
Why don't you just go ahead and torch your bank account? You're not going to get rid of her. Well, okay. Well, you have now given us what we do call the tease. You're always a great interview. We love talking to you. Are you working on your next book, and when can we expect it?
Yes, I am just getting started on another one, and it will probably be out very close to the same time next year. So I've got who knows what's ahead of me, because I've got to go jumping into that pretty soon. So it's going to be fun.
Congratulations.
Out of sight. Listen, you're a champ. We love talking to you. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye. There you go. Good reading for the winter vacation season.
Yeah, and 25 years that series has been around.
How about that?
A long time.
How about that?
News, weather, and traffic right after this. It's WJZ.